90% of your problems will go away if you do this. And what this is, I'll share in this video. If you think about it though, the reason that so many problems can go away by changing how you feel internally, so your emotional state, this is because so many things of your experience are tied to your perception, your thinking, and your emotional responses. So what if you could control the way that you feel internally? Do you think that would be useful? So that's what we're going to go over here. My name's Alex Morgan, and I help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams, and your thinking so that you can achieve success. And success is here, and you might as well be ready for it. And one of the easiest ways to be ready for it is to learn this simple concept that's going to help you get rid of 90% of your problems. Now, the reason I say 90% is because most of the people that I work with, most of my private clients, when I work with them, I notice that they have certain emotions that they want to work on. And when I take them through certain processes, certain strategies, simple ways that they can change their thinking, they start to get rid of 90% of their problems just by focusing on something else, just finding ways to relax or create calm or create other resourceful states that they want to feel. And there's 4 reasons why this really works, and I'll share those now, and then I'll show you exactly what you can do. So the first reason is your perspective. It shapes your reality. So how you interpret outside events often defines how you experience them. So for instance, if something happens and you see it in a negative way or you see it as a challenge, then you're creating obstacles. Instead, if you see something more towards gratitude, let's say, then don't you think that you're going to be able to achieve more than you thought before? The second reason is emotional regulation. This reduces how you react in a certain way. So when you have emotions like anger, fear, sadness, or anxiety, if this is dominating your reality, it's also going to cloud how you make decisions. And it's going to magnify things that seem so simple, you're going to start to worry about them for no reason. So if you practice the things that I share in this audio, it's going to help you respond calmly in a logical, rational way that's going to gain agreement and help you achieve what you want. And there's also something called control versus influence. When you start to change your internal state, not only do you focus on what you can control, like your thoughts, your effort, and your attitude, many problems, they stem from trying to control external circumstances that are beyond your influence. So that's where influence comes in. Start to influence the things you can control, and that is your effort and your attitude. So that's the third one. Now, the fourth one is emotional energy. It's not all the way infinite. Technically, we're infinite people. We have unlimited potential. But if you're thinking about problems all the time, you consume the emotional energy that you have. So when you begin to master how you feel internally, when you can change your internal state at any time, this frees you up to focus on solutions so that you can simply let go of things that don't matter to you in the long run. Because why would you want to create an illusion of problems when instead you can shift how you think internally to not think that there's any problems at all? And next thing you know, about 90% of your problems will easily go away just by thinking this way. So there's a simple process that I take most of my clients through, and what this is it's actually a hypnosis induction. So if you're driving or you're operating any machinery right now, it's probably best not to listen to this part of the audio because I'm going to ask you to close your eyes for a few minutes and you'll begin to see how you can start to master your internal state so then you can get rid of so many different things simply by doing this. Now, the reason this works so well and the reason that I say 90% is that's what I see in my clients. People, they'll have stress, they'll have anxiety, they'll have fear, they'll have sadness, they'll have so many different emotions that they're focusing on those. However, when I can take them through certain skills that they can use at any time during the session, then they see that they have so many other choices of things that they can feel, do, think, and relate to. So when you're ready, close your eyes and begin to think how, yes, your problems will just wash away, because you'll start to create new feelings, new habits, new learning, and change simply by closing your eyes and focusing on the word relax. Every time that you breathe in and you breathe out, you can say to yourself internally, relax, or calm, or comfort, or peace, or the feeling that you want to master, the feeling that you want to feel instead of what you're feeling right now, because you have chosen to get rid of any and all of your problems right now, haven't you? So every time that you breathe in and you breathe out, you're going to internally say this resourceful emotion that you want to create. And know this is creating a new strategy in your mind as you feel calm, peace, relaxation, serenity, and so much more. Breathing in, saying that word, breathing out. Breathing in, saying that word, breathing out. Breathing in, saying that word, breathing out. And breathing in, saying that word, and breathing out. The unconscious mind, it loves repetition. So the more you say this word, the more easy it is to feel this, experience this, learn from this, make this a habit, make this a behavior. And know that any time in the future, there's two things that you can control. You can control your efforts and your attitude. And the effort I'm talking about is putting effort in your mind. So all you really need to do is spend a few minutes every single day focusing on this feeling. And maybe today you chose a certain feeling and tomorrow you choose a different feeling. Every time you breathe in and breathe out, you say this word to yourself. Because it feels pretty good, doesn't it? And just by setting aside a few minutes each day to do this, whether it's when you wake up in the middle of the day or before you go to sleep, those are all wonderful times to do this, because your mind is so suggestible, especially when you wake up and before you go to sleep. Imagine that you can wake up feeling so good, the middle of the day feeling so good, and before you go to sleep feeling so good. With each breath in and out, you say that word, and you hold that word in your mind, knowing you have this resource with you at any time. Because any time in the future that you close your eyes or you open your eyes, it will remind you to feel this wonderful feeling. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And at 1, you can open your eyes and return to the room. 3, seeing all that success. 2, hearing all that success. And 1, feeling all that success and opening your eyes. So, how was that? I'm sure it felt pretty good to focus on that wonderful feeling that you want to create. Because you're creating a new strategy in your mind, a new perception, a new way to control and master your mind, a new way to react, showing yourself that the energy that you have, the emotional energy, you can use it towards something resourceful, and you can create a new illusion of your reality. So do this at any time you have a few minutes. Even you can do this with your eyes open, waiting in line at the grocery store, breathing in, breathing out, and saying to yourself that word that you want to feel. Every time you do this, it builds a connection in your mind to be stronger and stronger, so it's easier and more effortless to feel this in the future. So comment below what word you were saying to yourself as you listen to this, so we can see what each of us was doing with this. And again, in the future, you can use any word, any resourceful emotion for you to use to do this. And you'll find that you'll stop thinking about problems and instead you'll start thinking about solutions. Thanks so much for listening. Definitely share this with someone who you think it will help. I really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing. So if you haven't already, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio